We're live.
We are live. Do you see us, Bill?
I'm gonna tune in to monitor it here, but hey,
Good
welcome
morning.
to the show, everybody.
Good morning to everybody in China. I think it's morning in China.
We're live.
We're live. You feel good?
Run it, Todd. You're the
Well, welcome to
introducer.
the Smokin' Talk and Roll podcast. I'm Billy Morris. That's Todd Chason, and he's an amazing bass player and a wonderful human being. Todd, you're doing a great job.
That's why Todd usually is in the office and not in the entertainment portion of the Smokin' Rock and Roll.
But we're here, and it's Tuesday. We rescheduled the show due to Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we decided not to compete with Monday Night Football, and
We
we
have-
also
we have the same
decided that I
budget.
want to be on the couch Monday Night Football.
Is that what I figured? It was the NFL budget versus Billy wanting to watch football.
That's true.
Right.
So we got a great show tonight. We're coming to you live from the Smokin' Rock and Roll Audio Bay Recording Studios.
Headquarters
And
here
this is the Smokin' Talk and Roll show featuring Billy Morris and his sidekick, Todd Chason.
I'm the Robin to your Batman, bro.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
We got a couple great guests tonight, but before we bring our first guest on, Todd and I actually sat down and watched football together.
We did. It was awesome. Dude, Mike and Mandy know how to throw a football party.
Mike and Mandy Buhner over there in Humiston. What a great party. They got
Should we give their
party
address?
Garage. I don't even know their address.
5 houses to the left.
We did chicken wings. We were I was drinking Jenny Cream. You were drinking Miller Lite. Come on.
You tried to get me to
dude.
drink a Jenny Cream. I'm like, I'll drink water instead of that.
If you talk to a lot of people, their first beer ever was a Jenny Cream.
Nobody on the
if
West
you-
Coast.
If you talk to a lot of people, they like Jenny Cream. I like it.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Henry, is the air conditioner a problem? Is the air conditioner a problem? My man. Good looking out.
So
that
yeah,
party
I
was
went.
baller.
The party was great. We had chicken wings. We had a bunch of food. All the neighbors came down and donated food, and we had a good party. And obviously, the game started off exciting. We're talking Browns because I'm a Browns fan. This is Browns country. We had the Browns game on there. It was a big grudge match. We wanted to beat Baker Mayfield. We came out like gangbusters, but as usual, we let Baker back in the game, and I was pretty upset, wasn't I?
You had peaks and valleys. It was like tradition, drink, yeah, and like I've never seen you that fired up.
Well, when
And
we were double sacking Baker, and we were, my buddy Parma Dave, he's got this thing called Tradition where he brings a paper bag, and it's tradition just to drink it without,
It's like a random drink.
it's a random drink, and usually it's pretty bad, but he was pretty lenient on us. It
I
was-
I didn't do it.
oh, you didn't do it?
I didn't. And I'm glad
it
you
was-
didn't call me out on it either.
It's fine. It was peach Long Island iced tea. It actually tasted really good.
right. There was like 18 mouths on that bottle.
Oh, so what?
I've seen more
Jesus.
mouths on a dick in a porn star movie. Where are you going to go with that? I stumped,
and then
I
the
stumped
Browns
you.
came back, and we kicked a 58-yard field goal to win the game.
What's that dude's name? The new kicker?
Cade York. We're in Yorktown. What do you think? Yeah, go Browns.
Yeah. Cade York. The crickets. I love it. So he was. What was our draft? What was he in the draft pick?
He was
for
our
the Browns?
fourth-round draft pick, and a lot of people are like, you don't take a kicker in the fourth round. But we did, and I
And-
think it's going to pay off.
It paid off on Sunday.
So, if we're going to talk sports for a few more minutes, and I love talking sports because I listen to sports talk every morning. I come down, I tune into my friend Ken Carmen, and then I tune over to Tony Rizzo, and I listen to what they say. And I would love to be a sports talk radio. I would get up every morning with my cup of coffee and be like, all right, the Browns beat the Baker Mayfields, and let's talk about it. Dial in and let's talk about it. That sounds like a pretty easy job.
Could you go outside of the Browns or Cleveland sports? I know you're not a baseball guy. There's no hockey team.
Well, of course, we would.
So you would be a
discuss-
Browns analyst.
I'd be
type of
heavy
guy.
Browns, but
Heavy Browns.
I could talk all sports. Like for instance, tonight we're playing the Angels, and my son Tanner is front row, third base, right under the camera, right in front of the dugout. He's there
Really?
tonight. Yep.
Who's he with?
He's with
He's
my
by
good
himself.
David Petrowski and Jack and Jazz Petrowski are our dirt bike friends. They're the guys that we go dirt bike racing with.
So the first thing, I'd never done the Thunderstruck party game.
Ooh. Okay. Anybody out there? Bob, you must have done that, right? Bobby. So they play the song Thunderstruck, and
By
you're all in a
AC/DC, right?
circle with your beer, and every time you hear the word thunder, you have to drink until the next thunder. And there's always thunder.
Except for like 3 times in the
thunder.
song.
And then all of a sudden there's like a 2-minute part with no thunder. And that person is not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or very happy. Probably not happy the next day.
I think I counted out perfectly and I moved next to my neighbor.
I saw you jumping spots.
Ooh, I got her. Good. Alyssa. So you're listening to the Smoke and Talk and Roll video podcast. Like Todd said, we moved it to Tuesday nights, not to compete with Monday Night Football.
We have the same budget, but we just thought we would give them we would give them a break.
We got 22 people live. Let's go to some of the comments. Look at that.
Well, because we're a food truck, while you're looking at comments, I'm just going to dive into where the food truck's going to be this week.
Yeah, do it.
The Smoke and Rock and Roll food trucks will be at Lakewood Food Truck Park or Truck Park on Thursday. It's a dinner from 4 to 10. We are at same day at UH Parma Medical Center for a lunch, 11 a.m. These are public events. You don't have to be a doctor to go eat at the UH Parma Medical event. You could be might want to be a patient. And then the big event is Saturday, the Medina Monster Truck Throwdown. Your buddy Kevin's got us hooked up on this job back again after the pandemic. And it should be a crazy good time with big trucks, fat tires, and muddy girls.
You know what I want to make mention? Our friend Pete Pingle has not missed the show. So Pete, thanks for
Pete, horns up to you, buddy.
thanks for tuning in.
Lemmy says, hey.
Let's talk about the Lakewood Food Truck Park.
I love the Lakewood Truck Park.
If you have never been to the Lakewood Food Truck Park, it's an ingenious idea, which I will admit to everybody, I didn't think it was going to be a good idea, but it's a great idea. So it's a great open air bar
Right?
with a bunch of picnic tables and cabanas and
Done
a
by
cabana
our
bar.
buddy Justin Castano and Dan Deegan, and probably a couple other cats are involved in that.
Yeah.
And they have one in Beechwood as well now.
So if you go there, they rotate different food trucks. So when you go to that bar, you're not stuck with the same menu every single night. I think that's a pretty good thing.
They're killing it.
Unless the wrong truck shows up.
You never know.
But we won't talk about
We're
that.
never the wrong truck. We're always the right
Somebody
truck.
experiment. Call us at 216-435-5249. And when prompted, it's extension 713. We'll try to take a phone call. And when they come in.
You eat anywhere good this past week since the last show? You go out to eat dinner
We
anywhere?
went last night to Danny Boy's in Rocky River, and
I had pizza too.
it's pretty expensive, but it's good food. It's good.
I went to City Slice out in Cleveland on 117
I
in
saw
Lorraine.
that. I saw those pizzas.
That-
Those slices were as big as your head.
It's the size of my torso, and that's no small slice.
That's a jumbo.
It was a jumbo, but really good. If you're looking for New York style pizza, and I've been chasing it since I moved to Cleveland 11, 12, however many years ago, trying to find the New York slice. They got it going on over there, so good on them. And it's cool. They got arcades and video games and all this stuff. Dude, the waitress or the girl that was working behind the counter, they have the punch-a-bag thing where the bag drops and you punch it and it scores you, 500,
Hey,
700.
hold on a second. Here we go.
Oh, we got a caller.
Is this Pete?
Check 1, 2, Pete.
Man, why does it always happen? Okay, wait a minute. I got this. Keep going.
So she
No, I got
punched,
it.
she
Pete.
punched that bag and punched the
Pete.
hell out of it. Pete?
Pete?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. It was
Hello.
operator error. I forgot. Whenever Pete, is this Pete Pingle?
Yes, sir. This is Pete.
Thanks for calling us and thanks for tuning in weekly and not missing an episode. Pete, where are you calling from?
New Philly, Ohio.
New Philly.
New Philly.
Now, I got to tell you, Pete,
Yep.
you're calling on your wife's phone or wife's account because it came up Karen.
Oh, that's my wife. Yeah.
Does she like having the name Karen after all the Karen drama went down? I feel bad for anybody named Karen.
Okay, look at that.
She's getting used to it now.
Well, hey, Karen's just a name. I'm sure your Karen is amazing.
So, Henry,
She
I'm
is,
getting a
at
call
least
on
to
my
me.
line now. What do
So
we do now?
We're still figuring out the technology. Pete, so you got any questions
mute the
for
ringer.
us? Any thoughts on the show? Should we shut up and close down
Well-
shop?
No, keep it going. I love it.
All right.
The only question I have, I know tonight the gentleman you have on's a huge Kiss fan, which I am too. And I just wondered your guys' opinions on a lot of the older bands using backing tracks and pre-recorded vocals and such things.
It's a great question, and it is a hot topic for all musicians, local or professional. You know, I mean, I don't want to see somebody sub the lead vocal track out for a ghost track, but if you're a guy that's aging and you're struggling, or you're trying to do Queen and you got one singer in the band, you might need that stuff. And
well, wait a minute. Okay, so Milli Vanilli, they get their Grammys taken away from them,
but they never
get
sang.
shamed.
They
get
lip
shamed.
synced.
Yeah, but TikTok is loaded. All these little girls, they don't write it, they don't sing it.
Well, no, they can all burn.
All right.
I mean, not in hell, but whatever the place is just north of hell. But no, I mean,
Nice.
I'm you know what? I'm on both sides of it. It does sound good and but I've done bands with tracks before. My band currently doesn't do tracks, but
I've never done tracks ever in a single band.
well, the
I've played
thing
in.
about my band and my show is that if I'm in the middle of a song and I see something going on the dance floor, I see a pretty girl dancing, I see something going down, I'll break it down. Tony, my drummer, break it down, and then we have fun with it. That's entertainment. That's
It's a page
ad-libbing
right
the
out
show.
of the Stevie Rochelle book, right
with
there.
yeah, exactly. Stevie Rochelle does that better.
Yeah.
Second best to me, So,
He is number 2.
but but other bands, once they start that click, they got to stick with it. But they sound great, and if you're in the bars trying to make the people dance and fill the dance floor,
Yeah, I think unless you're like a hardcore music head, I like the sound of authentic vocals. Like if somebody's going to be off, or there's a break in the vocals, or something's just not right, the organic part of people singing live, whether it's perfect or imperfect.
Yeah.
I like live music.
I
That's
will
why it's
end
called
this
live
topic.
music.
I agree.
And Pete, we got to let you go because we got people blasting this.
Okay,
but
guys.
Pete, thanks for calling. We'll talk to you soon. Keep commenting. and-
No tracks.
No tracks. All right. That was Pete.
Right, no track.
Okay. I won't make note of what band it was, but I was told that there's a band out there that when the band performs, there's the lead vocalist live mic, and right next to him is the track vocal with his lead vocal on there, and it's up to the sound man if he thinks he needs a little boost.
Okay.
I could use a boost a lot. We got
Cleveland,
another call
Ohio.
coming on. All right. We got Dan.
Yeah, is this Smokin' Rock and Roll?
Yeah, it's Smokin' Rock and Roll. Hey, Dan, what's going on? Where you calling from?
Hey, Billy.
Hey, man.
This is Boy Toy Dan here.
Boy Toy Dan.
Am I live?
You're live.
You are live.
I'm live. I have a question.
Sure.
I'm smoking meat and my power just went out, so I want to know what I should do.
Throw it in the garbage.
Obviously, you're smoking on a pellet smoker, a Traeger pellet smoker, and if the power goes out, you're doomed. So pull that off
Light
and
up
get
your
it over
grill.
to your gas grill and finish up in the gas grill.
Right?
That won't affect the flavor at all, though.
How much smoke do you get on it?
Hey, about 2 hour and a half.
Oh, you're going to be good.
You're going to be fine. You could also just finish that in your oven in house, brother. What is it? Brisket, pork, chicken? What are you doing?
He's doing chicken.
Wings,
Wings
chicken
and-
breast. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they've already got 2 hours, first off they should be pretty close to being done.
Yeah.
Depending on
Oh,
what
I should have
temp-
pulled them already.
So, Dan, I got to tell a funny story about my friend Dan. This is my friend Dan, and he's in my phone as Boy Toy Dan. All right? All right? And he started dating a friend of mine named Julie. And when he first started dating her, I was like, oh, that's Julie's little boy toy. So when I met Dan and got his phone number, I always tag everybody. So I put in the name Boy Toy Dan.
How many boy toys do you have in your
Well,
phone,
here's the
buddy?
funny part. So we played House of Blues, St.
House of
Patrick's
Blues.
Day. And my phone's backstage, and the guy from the production comes out. He goes, hey, I got your check. You got to sign these forms. So I'm signing the forms, and all of a sudden, my phone lights up, and it says, Boy Toy Dan. And the guy's like, I don't want to know. I'm like, oh, it's my friend. Long story. I'm sure it's a long story. All right. All right, Dan. Thanks
Hey,
for
we're loving
calling.
the show. We enjoy listening to it, man. Keep going, guys.
Thanks for calling. Talk to you, man.
So if anybody wants to sponsor this show and get some ad time on here, give us a call at 216-539-2239. Leave a message. We'll get back to you. We'll figure out a way to get you 30, 60-second spots on the show. Gives us a second to take a break and repurpose the show, maybe get a guest in here, set up a chair, maybe a guitar or whatever.
You know, this is the one show that really flies by the seat of our pants because Todd does all the production, all the planning. He's got notes, show notes, but it always goes into a different direction because of the way shows go and the way that I am.
Well, no, and I like that it goes organically to where it should go.
Yeah.
I mean, I have these notes as reference in case we're both sitting there going, well, what now? I don't know. What do you want to talk
Well, you know,
about?
it's also a lot of people. I think this is a tough thing to do because we can't say to you, all right, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back, where we go back in the dressing room and do our hair and get a drink of water while all of our sponsors play their commercials. So
Other guys do that. Why can't we
Fox
do it?
8 does that. We don't do that. We don't have any sponsors. All right. All right. Well, oh, man.
Cleveland, Ohio. Zoom phone.
This would be the
One,
last call we take before our next guest.
Oh,
is
he
gonna
hung
take
up.
it. All right, well, screw
Okay,
that.
but I know
then.
what to do now. I got to turn this down. That won't happen again.
There you go.
Henry.
Yes.
Did that
Henry, how are you today?
Henry's our producer, and Henry can talk. And Henry, actually, do you have a camera on you tonight?
Henry, can you talk?
I don't know if I can.
Well, Henry can talk. He can talk on the show. He has his own microphone. And that aggravates a professional producer like Henry because, like, I'm the one that controls the volume of the phone calls. So after the phone call, I'm supposed to turn it down. So, All right, let's move on. Let's pull our first guest up here.
You got it.
And while I'm introducing him, we need a chair.
Oh, I got it.
All right.
Look at that. I'm
So
talking about being
this
prepared.
next guest, I met him probably about 12, 14 years ago when I founded Lava Room Recording. That's right. I founded it along with Mike Brown. We opened up Lava Room Recording together.
I'm going to put this down here. for
Mike
you,
Brown and
brothers.
I founded the Lava Room in the old American Greetings building down in West 80th Street in Cleveland. And Bobby came in, Bobby Consiglio, our next guest, and was one of the engineers there. And he did a great job. And out of all the people that worked there, I think I've stayed friends with Bobby the longest, and we're the closest. We've had a good, long relationship. So let's bring Bobby Consiglio up here. You also know him from the band Old School.
What's up, my man?
There you go, buddy.
So it's just like being on stage, Bobby,
I think
talking
only
to the
one
mic.
side works. Are you hearing it?
I am not hearing it.
Are you hearing that?
There, I hear it in one ear.
So as you walked in, Bobby, I said,
Yes.
let's give it up for Bobby Consiglio of Old School.
Hey,
You hear that,
Get the
right?
sound effects and everything.
So you came into Lava Room as an intern, and you were a graduate of
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. That's right. And then I found out that Bobby played drums, so he started playing drums for my heavy metal karaoke band at the Hi-Fi Club. And we used to have weekly pickup flag football games, which I think we're going to try to start doing now.
We need to start doing
We had a
that.
great time playing football every Saturday.
You play like on Detroit or whatever, right there in the middle of the street, or you
No,
actually go to a park?
we'd go to a park and play flag
park.
football with cones and end zones and arguments.
Oh, in Birdtown? Yeah, because there was no referee, and that was a big problem.
So then I didn't know this, Bobby, but like I thought that maybe Old School was like, you've been in that band for like 2 or 3 years, but tell us how long you've been doing this.
It's been almost 9 years.
Oh my goodness.
That is old school.
The time flies, man.
Time flies. And
What is the genre? What are you guys doing in old school?
Well, it was Tim Burris's idea, so he came to me. We were actually at the Hi-Fi. I think it might have been the Foundry at that point. I'm not sure, but he's like, I have this idea. We're gonna do like old school hip hop and songs from the 80s and 90s, a classic era of hip hop and the dance music stuff that nobody's doing, and all the girls will come out and they'll dance and it'll be great. And I'm like, that sounds like a good idea, man. I don't know any rap songs, so I'm probably
what a
not your
job
guy.
that was, right?
Yeah.
Learning all that.
Huh? Oh God.
Well, you know what? He probably came in and heard you sing. I would make you sing Hell's Bells.
That's pretty much what he
Dude,
says did it.
He
Yeah.
would come in for heavy metal karaoke, and he would be cold. Just walk in. If he wasn't playing drums, I'd be like, dude, Hell's Bells. And he'd belt out Hell's Bells. like it was his job. You know?
So, but is it a little more rappy and old school? Is that what
Yeah,
we're
we get dance music. We do some Prince and Michael Jackson and Bruno Mars.
What's the rappiest lyric you got? Go. You're on fire.
I don't know. I like Hot in Here. That's my little sound check. Get up on the dance floor. Get him in what he asking for.
There it is. I love it. Yeah!
We really need to get more buttons on that fucking thing.
You need to get different types of applause.
Right? Moist.
So, Old School is the brainchild featuring Timmy Burris on drums. And,
And you
I have
know-
to
you
I'll
and
call
Timmy go
my
back?
shot. He's probably my favorite rock drummer to play with for my career because he brings it that good and he's that badass. Billy Ciosi's another one of them.
Right.
Timmy Burris is right up there with one of
Both
the best drummers I
wonderful
played
people, super nice
with.
guys.
The best.
Right?
Timmy Burris is one of the best guys. If he's probably not listening because he's raising kids too. I love that guy. So.
Yeah, he's definitely the best.
So,
and he runs the band. He books all the gigs. He makes all the Facebook posts.
So basically, you show up
Sets
and
up all
act
the
like a lead
sets.
singer, right?
Yeah, I got to bring the PA still.
There you
I
go.
still got to run the sound somehow. But
Where are you guys playing this weekend?
we all pull our weight. We're on the Good Time 3 on
Oh, and I
Friday,
read
yeah,
that was
so-
sold out.
Sold out. Yeah,
Oh,
so
there,
cool.
you're on the
Nice
cruise.
job.
Yeah. I think our next one.
Yeah, you're
in
on the
town-
local cruise. Todd and I play the Monsters of Rock cruise. Okay.
All right. Hey.
What's
Put in
the
a
food
word
You're
for us.
you're out on Lake Erie.
Hook us up, man.
Okay, I'll try to. What's up with this, Todd? You get wine, I don't.
How about a beer,
Mick
pal?
Ultra.
I mean,
probably a bunch of lips on it.
The alcohol will kill it.
I do everything for the show, including bringing Billy's sippy cup.
Yeah, well, I'm going to call and get us sponsored by Genesee Cream Ale to make you have to drink Jenny Cream Ale.
Oh, Lord.
So you guys are booked up solid for the rest of the year and probably
Yeah.
next year going at it as well.
Yep.
It's a very popular genre, and you guys are the only ones doing it, or at least doing it at the level you guys do it.
What's your favorite local spot to play? Hands
I mean,
down. Like,
I don't want to throw in, I don't want to like
We're-
pick favorites or anything, but you guys know that Betta and Slim and Chubby's has always been there for us. You
Yes.
guys have all been playing there
If you
for
were to
years,
ask
so-
me, I would give you the same exact answer.
all right, I'm going to ask you a
They've always been
place.
good to us.
I'm going to ask you another question, the opposite side of that, and it will be a place that you don't have to worry about it because you're never going back anyway. Where are you never playing again?
I could answer that after you do.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I can't answer that. I don't know.
Everybody's
where we
so
can-
sweet. Why am I the only asshole on this show?
I'll tell you the place I'm not going back to is any of the island bars. Or the island, Kelly's Island or Put-in Bay. It's just too much of a hassle to drive an hour and a half, to wait in line for a half hour, to get on a ferry for a half hour, to play, to tear down, to speed back to the ferry and wait in line for a couple ferries to go and get home. It's like a 16-hour day.
Yeah.
What about a bar that's closed so nobody's endangering their future? That was like awful. Like they're not around anymore.
Okay.
What place was the fucking worst?
What place? Well, probably a place that you would have to fight to get paid. If they would come up to you at the end of the night and be like, "Oh, we didn't do so good, so we want to negotiate."
Is everybody just really nice these days? It's been a while since I've been in
You know-
in the local scene.
We haven't had any problems not getting paid.
And you know what? And that's the case with my band too. I mean, I've got a good, list of clubs I play at, and they pay.
I'm always trying to dig out the dirt.
I know you are. I know what you're trying to do.
Right.
This weekend, Billy Morse and the Sunset Strip will be performing first at Rockin' on the River in Lorraine. We're
You're opening for Metallica.
opening for Metallica. We're actually doing 2 sets. Did you guys do 2 sets?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 2
Just for
sets.
a short break.
And then we're going to jump off the stage and speed out to the local bar in Strongsville. You guys
Oh,
playing
you're
there?
double dipping on there?
Double dipping, yeah.
We're going to be at the local in December.
We are playing the same bar because I'll tell you why. Going back to the guys that treat you good, Kevin out at the local is a class act, great guy. As a matter of fact, he's the only bar that I play that. And I walk in, here's your money in an envelope, ready to go, right? Yep. So I called
Time
him
work.
and I said, I got this band that I play in called Tough. And I would do a double bill with Billy Morse and the Sunset Strip and Tough, and I want X amount. He's like, done. So Tough is going to do our yearly December thing where we headline.
$10,000.
And that's a 10-year contract. We're going to go down to Cincinnati and play for Kenny Ozfest. Is it MVPs again this year? MVPs?
I think it's MVPs. And Kenny, if you're listening, we should probably have you on as we get
Via
closer-
Zoom.
Via Zoom. Or come down to Cleveland and
Yeah.
we'll feed you, bro.
So I think what we're going to do
Or
for
come up.
Tough,
You're coming
and
up.
if Kenny would come up, we're going to do a private show here at Smokin' Rock and Roll, right? We
right,
talked
we're
about that?
like an open rehearsal type of thing, yeah.
Then we play the local bar in Strongsville on Friday, and then we head down to Cincinnati for Kenny Ozfest at MVP's. And then what I usually do is, because my last dirt bike race of the year is in Mansfield, I just jump off stage and get in my car and drive up to Mansfield and sleep either in a hotel or in the parking lot.
Well, we got to fly to Japan the next day.
Not going.
I was gonna say so you're going all the way to Cincinnati. You think that's easier than crossing over to Put in Bay, but you
Well,
don't want to
it's a different situation. You understand that. It's tough.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it's
tough.
an original
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
So you're getting
Yeah, call Howie Simon. He'll go to Japan.
He's the one that booked us.
Oh, good. So, Bobby, is there anything else you want to add before we tease what you got coming up in a little bit?
We'll be at the Time Warp next Friday. I think this is
I
our
love
next
the Time Warp.
in time. Yeah.
And I like Sweet
That's
Basil
another
right
place
next
that's
to it.
been there
Sweet
for us
basil.
since
You like the
beginning.
sweet basil pizza?
Yeah, sweet basil's pretty
I
good.
like sweet basil.
What's your favorite pizza joint?
My favorite pizza joint, I have to say Mama Santa's probably.
Going Little Italy.
I gotta go with that, you know.
You
That's
go
a
down.
good
Did
choice.
you go down for the feast and all that?
I try to get out there
Hella,
like on a Sunday.
hella bad parking down there, right?
Yeah.
During that time.
Yeah, I haven't had time the last couple of years.
You're not Italian, though, right?
I am. My last name's Consiglio, so I think I am Italian.
Oh man, I thought you were Polish.
I mean, I'm a little bit Polish,
All right.
actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
a
that.
little Polish. On my mom's side.
So a pierogi pizza will do you just fine.
I mean, I guess.
So
guess that'll work.
I read a lot of Facebook posts about people complaining that the prices at the feast in Little Italy were way out of hand, and they actually took some pictures of some menu boards. Now, Todd and I, we understand the price increase because food prices went way up.
Staffing is up.
Staffing is
Gas
up. Now,
is up.
Todd is the realist of Smokin' Rock and Roll, and he's the reason why we make so much money. I'm like, you can't charge $15 for a brisket sandwich, but in all reality, you have to charge minimum $15.
I went to Wendy's today and got a spicy chicken combo. It was over $11.
Just for crappy fast food.
You realize you're going to have E. coli in the morning after eating at Wendy's.
I haven't eaten at Wendy's in a long time, but it was.
Did you have extra?
I was trying to get to my
extra lettuce on
softball
it?
game. Yeah, I had to get to my softball game, so I had to get what I could when I could. So.
Well, Bobby,
like
we
an
want to
emergency.
apologize for not having food tonight because we normally have food, but our food guest backed out. What happened to our food guest that I was promised was going to be here?
Our food, we rescheduled the date. So it was supposed to be Lena Brown from Betty's Bomb Ass Burgers, and we were going to do like a charcuterie board challenge.
Yeah.
So Lena, we got to get you back on the calendar.
Monday, but she couldn't do Tuesday.
We moved, and everybody that we had scheduled for Mondays is has to be rescheduled. So. I have us booked out about 3 to 4 weeks in advance with guests. So I appreciate the guys that are here tonight, showing up in a pinch and performing and talking and dealing with my nonsense and your kindness.
Yeah, I'm the nice guy. He's
Good cop, bad cop, nice
So,
guy, asshole.
we like to have a musical guest every week, and Bobby said that he was working with a young guitar player, singer, songwriter. So introduce this guy, tease him because he's going to play us out of the show after our next guest is done with his long-winded stories.
Yeah, my dude Joey Liberatore.
Joey Liberatore, another
Italian.
Polak.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So yeah, we've been working on a duo just to get out during the week and on some patios and stuff like that. He's a really good player, really good singer, and he's a good songwriter too. So
And it's original music that we'll be hearing tonight?
Yep.
It's got to be.
It's got to be.
And
we play the covers when we play together. I play a drum and we switch off singing and whatnot. But yeah, he's got his
what's
own.
the name of the song we're going to hear later?
I don't know. We're gonna have to ask.
74 in Atlanta.
Is that the
74 in
temperature right now in Atlanta, or?
Let him sing the song.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to get there, and we're going to find out what 74 in
Rocket
Atlanta.
Pit Bridge. Is that a bridge in Atlanta?
No, it's a bridge in Wisconsin, bro.
All right. You didn't get to answer our weekly question. Hey, Bobby, what's your feeling about bands playing with tracks?
I'll tell you what. If you come to see my band, you're gonna see probably the best three guys behind me that I've ever seen. You're gonna get great musicianship. Steve on the bass, and he totally kills it. And Dave on guitar. If you've seen Dave play guitar, I don't think anybody plays kind of like
agree with
he does.
you.
He is so entertaining.
He's awesome.
And obviously, we already talked about how great Tim is. So I don't think you're going to be wanting for musical.
Well, and that's a different situation. Old School is a tribute act, a tribute to that music. And there's so many horn blasts and percussion and hand claps and woos and wahs. You have to have that stuff.
And we keep it pretty minimal.
Because there's no way I'm going to have a 10-piece band and cut that pie up 10 ways.
Well, soundtracks for one thing. Singing or not singing, having a voice singing, you're just, mouthing off the shit.
I agree.
That's one thing.
there's none of that.
How do people find your band? How can they get in touch with you? Find out where you're going to be. Tell the world where you're at.
Well, if you see this logo, that's us, oldschoolcleveland.com, oldschoolcle.com. And you could check out our whole tour there. Our Facebook has been our bread and butter. So if you want to get on our Facebook, there's events for everything. And,
Bobby,
we're getting around.
Like all of our guests, you're too nice to be on this show.
I got to keep it nice, man. I can't be controversial.
I need to get somebody on here
Hey.
as mean as me.
That's true.
I'm trying to think who could be as mean.
Me and you we're the nice
Nice
you know,
guys.
Every guest
polite.
has been very nice.
And I stick up for you a lot,
Thank you.
There's people out there that don't understand,
I don't understand.
I get it, but some people Billy will rub the wrong way, but if you got a good heart.
If they're jealous of my success, that's
he's-
what it is.
He's helped out so many people,
I
including
have.
me along the years, and you've given me thick skin. We've been through a lot.
You're a better musician and performer because you've known me.
Absolutely. And you taught me the business, man. And I'm real proud of you for this place because it's totally awesome.
Thank you.
So, doing a good job.
Well,
And
I'm
you got a
telling you,
great singing.
dude, I'm 56 years old. He's a young kid. He came into my studio green. Were you green?
Yeah, pretty green.
I've yelled at you on stage
Yes.
for playing, but it was
In
for the
every way.
right thing. And
Yeah.
everybody, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm not taking any credit. I don't take any credit for Dougie. I don't take any credit for Bobby because
They do the work.
he made his work. He did his work. But you're a better musician because you played on stage with me.
Absolutely.
All right. It's not an egotistical thing. It's an experience thing.
For sure.
All right.
It sure sounds that way, though.
Playing with him and playing with Billy and Ed Stevens on a Wednesday night in a window on a small little stage with I'm looking over here, I got Billy Morris on guitar and I got Ed Stevens on bass. The two
Ed is a monster.
probably most talented players
Thank
that you
you.
could ever play for, and I'm sitting here
That's
I can't believe-
karaoke at Hi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, Foundry, and the bearded guy, the bass
Oh,
player
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's just ripping both of
Yeah,
them.
I remember when I came here, I'm like, I'm going to be the best bass player in Cleveland. And then I saw Ed Stevens, I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I saw Craig, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you one last story before we say goodbye to Bob. I don't know if you were playing drums, but we were playing heavy metal karaoke at the Founder Hi-Fi, and there was road construction on Detroit Road. So the one side was about 4 feet tall of solid rock ice. I'm talking about the dead of winter, and Craig Martini's playing, and Craig Martini, he goes in different phases of happiness and attitude. Right? So he was having a bad night. He was pissed off. His bass was messing up. And I think at one point he just took his bass, unplugged it, walked outside, threw his bass into that ice. It was awesome.
I've had a lot of good times with Craig too. He's filled in with Old School, and I met all you guys. I was the house engineer at Tequila Ranch. That's how I actually met you and Tim and Craig as a three-piece.
As the first
Those
version
guys-
of Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
That was the three of us. Yeah.
And that was
How fun was that?
that was awesome.
All right. Bob,
Yeah.
thanks for being on
Cool.
the show.
Thanks a lot,
man.
guys.
You're
Dude,
always welcome.
You're a sweet guy.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear
Hey,
the
Bobby
music.
Consiglio. Got the applause guy.
All right, again, if you want to call in, the number is 216-435-5249, extension 713.
Before we get our next guest on, is there a topic you'd like to
There is.
work on?
There is. I have. I'm trying to think of things that I want to talk to him about. So, dumb commercials. Dana, we saw this yesterday. Girls poop. I don't know what the product was, but there's a new commercial out where it's like they're talking about how girls don't tell their men that they poop, right? Or that's historically the case. But this new commercial is all about all these empowered women saying, yeah, I poop. Yeah, I'm a girl and I poop. And they're sitting on the toilets. This is me and I poop.
We went from 26 viewers down to 6.
Right. Well, because girls poop. I don't know if Leah poops.
No, she doesn't.
She
Every
doesn't
2
poop.
weeks, she sits on the toilet and a little gold nugget comes out and a bell goes ding, and that's it. Uh-oh, we got a call. Oh, all right, I'm going to do this, Henry.
I believe in
this. Watch this. You are on the Smokin' Rock and Roll hotline.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to do this, Henry.
All right, you got to.
How's it going?
What do we got?
Hey, Kirk, you got to turn your radio
Oh,
down.
it's my bro.
Hey, I'm trying to turn it down right now. How's that?
That's good.
This
Hey,
is my
man.
brother, Kirk Chason.
He is our number one caller. He does call every
Yeah.
week. I
Kirk,
love it.
how are you, my man?
So I just tuned in. I missed the first half of the show, but so here's what I'm going to do. I know it's about Kiss, so I've got a couple of Kiss stories. And the first one, I don't know if you have gone into this, Todd, but I'm going to out you a little bit here. So Todd's rock and roll career began in the backyard of a place in Phoenix, Arizona, near where we lived, where him and some other kids, when they were about 10, all dressed up in Kiss costumes and cranked up the tunes and did like a mime sync to Kiss. Does this sound at all familiar to you, Todd?
Oh, it is, and you just blew up half my show, bro. Yes, so I used to, when I was in like 6th grade, me and my neighborhood kids, we would dress up like Kiss. I was Ace Frehley. We made cardboard guitars. We stuck smoke bombs in my guitar. Kenny and Kirk and Neil Harris and a bunch of guys from the neighborhood would sit behind these faux walls we made with WD-40 and shooting flames up behind us. And I think we talked about it in Epic Music Fails in the first episode. One of my biggest epic fail was the news channel wanted to come and see us. Like we were popular in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we were at like Roadrunner or Palo Verde or whatever high school or grade school I was at. And it was, you wanted the best, you got the best. Land, Kiss, get. And the record just skipped the whole time while the news channel was filming live. But yes, of course I remember that. That's how I became a rock star. And moreover, brother, you took me to my very first concert, which was Kiss Dynasty.
I seem to recall that.
I don't remember who opened, but it was a life-changing experience, especially when, like 3 shows later, I went and saw Rush, and I was like, wow, killer fireballs, explosions, and demons, and star kids, and space guys, and all this shit. And then all of a sudden you go to Rush, and it's just like 3 guys standing on stage crushing it. But at that point, I didn't have the appreciation for music that I just wanted to see people blow shit up.
Yeah.
And Kiss was doing all of that.
Well, you stuck with it for all that time. So, that definitely deserves a round of applause there.
Oh, thanks, Billy. Right on.
Yeah, Todd Jason.
Also known as
And I'll
Ace
tell you
Frehley.
about the time I met Kiss. So I met Kiss when I was working in Corpus Christi as a reporter at a news conference. And it didn't go over so well. So this was back around the time when Chip McGore was coming out with all this stuff about lyrics and stuff. And so in my classic Chase-on fashion, when it came my turn to ask a question, I just blurted out, so do you guys worship the devil? And Gene Simmons didn't really take too kindly to that. And he goes, if I want to worship that garbage can, I can worship anything I want. Because I didn't realize that, he was sensitive to the issue of religion. And then afterwards, I went up to him and said, hey, man, I didn't mean to piss you off. I was just doing my job. I think my brother, his name's Kenny Chason. He plays bass for Keel. And he goes, oh, yeah, he was very cool about it. And then he turns over to Paul Stanley, goes, hey, yeah, Kenny Chason, this guy's his brother. And Stanley just kind of looked over and kind of sneered at me, and that was the end of it. So that was my Kiss experience story.
Yeah, Gene produced one of the Keel records, maybe 2 of them. So 2 of them. So yeah, I met Gene through going to the Keel studios, and he was always very nice. Always very nice to me.
I met him once. He was nice.
Yeah, always very nice. Well, brother, I love you. Thanks for calling in, my guy, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, good talking to you guys. Have a good one.
All right, man.
He's
Thank you. Talk to you next week. Next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday. I guess there's no better segue for that than our next guest. And Bill,
Let's
if you'll
invite
do
him up here. Another one of my longtime friends and another drummer of mine through the years, and a great guy. And what a story! We're going to invite up right now out of the studio couch, Mr. Andrew Scambati.
What's up, my man? Welcome, brother. Still the best smelling guy in the studio.
Well, it was my turn to shower this week, so that's why I'm the best smelling.
You are. Damn, you smell good.
Thank you.
What are you doing after?
I mean, there's no food here, so I got to leave after. So I got to go to Wendy's with Bob and get an $11 sandwich because you guys blew the catering budget on the heavy metal horns.
I got you.
Yo, Ronnie James
Thanks,
Dio, a couple
Sally.
of bucks.
Yeah,
for
I
doing
do.
that. But this is cool. This is cool. I mean, I've known Bill a really, really long time, and like you, I'm not a Cleveland native, and I knew of him before I even moved here because I knew Quiet Riot and all the other bands that he played in. So I knew that I wanted to meet him just because at the time I was so into music and so into playing and doing everything. So I must have been in the hi-fi probably every night. I probably should have slept there at one point.
Where are you from, bro?
But originally from New Jersey.
Okay.
So I came here. I joined a band out here, and then
What band was that?
Well, they don't get any free promotion out of me.
Yeah, good.
So, but I did move here
A
for
Led
a band.
Zeppelin tribute band.
A Led Zeppelin tribute band. You are correct.
Nice.
No, but so we ended up meeting, and the rest is history. He's yelled at me on stage just like he did with Bob. After he yelled at Bob for having my karaoke, he had me.
And then I yelled at you.
And then he yelled at me, and then, but no.
It was all good though,
Listen,
right?
listen. It was all in good fun. I look back, and there were a ton of good times.
Great times.
Ton of good times.
Maybe
yes.
it's my turn
Hey,
coming up in
I-
Cincinnati. Billy's going to yell at me for the first time.
I can make him laugh in one word. Ready? Arby's.
I mean, you got to put some context to it now that you've already said Arby's. or
No,
just
we
like you
can't.
know
We
we're
can't. We
fans.
can't do that. That's for the Patreon only segment that
Yes.
comes on after this.
I don't know what that
I
means.
can
Exactly.
make him laugh in 3 words. Brisket. Actually,
Again-
Todd, you don't know this, but Andrew played drums at the very first Smokin' Rock and Roll gig.
That's true.
What was the very first Smokin' Rock and Roll?
It was out in
It
New
was in
York.
upstate New York. It was a private party.
Oh,
that,
I wasn't even
You
there.
weren't there. It was before the truck was built.
Yes, you had just gotten the truck and you were dragging one of the. It's probably a different smoker now.
No, it's the same.
It's the same smoker.
So I took
We've,
the
we've never
trailers.
cleaned it once.
Oh well, there you
took
go.
the
That's
trailer
the
smoker
special
out there.
sauce.
And I remember, I smoked a bunch of ribs and brisket, and I brought out to this guy's really nice house on the water in New York. And I get out there, and I'm like, all right, man, we got ribs, we got brisket to die for, we got all the stuff. You ordered the food. He's like, oh, that's great. When's the music start? And at that point, I knew it was more for this guy about the music. But we did serve about, 50, 75 people some good food.
Yeah, there was
And then we
great
rocked.
food, and as people were sucking the ribs off the bone, he's counting off shaking. That's basically what happened every night.
Yeah. Give me a beat.
Yeah, exactly. We played shaking a lot.
You ever
lot.
play Shakin' Sense?
No, I mean,
I play Shakin' every night.
Every
because
night.
that's a great sound check song. All right? Because I go, drummer Adam, drummer Tony, drummer Tico,
drummer number 42.
Boy, there's a list there.
give me a beat. And they go into the beat. And it's got a good drum beat and it's got toms. It's the perfect drum. Another thing that I would yell at a lot of drummers about, all right, let me play the drums. Let me hear it. And they go immediately into a Dave Weckl fest, is what I call it. I'm trying to set the input gains and the drum sounds.
No, the
and I
best
go,
is
I'm like, dude.
No, the best is when you tell them, you're like, let's do a sound check, and they're just like, they're tapping. No one is ever going to play the drums like that as soon as they play. They tap them, and then the first song, they're pounding the drums with their Tommy
True.
Lee.
True.
And they're blowing all the mics. All the mics are collapsing because you set the gain to that level.
Yeah.
And they don't get it.
You really hit it like that? No, you don't. Hit it. Yeah. So, Andrew, you are the well-known #1 Kiss fanatic of Cleveland.
I guess so.
Would it be close to almost being a national thing?
Probably so. I would think so, yeah.
You've got a history with Kiss.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of film work. You're working with Bruce Kulick right now.
Yeah.
Where do we
talk
start
about the film?
Where do we start?
Because I know you worked on. You're now a budding filmmaker, right?
Well, I mean, I guess let's start with the latest that happened. Well, let's take it all the way back to 2018, because after I decided to leave like the whole music thing behind, I didn't really know what I was going to do, and I always was kind of editing stuff and doing stuff on the side. I really hadn't done anything at the time, so I had this idea to make this Kiss fan film. And when I had the idea, first of all, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it, and if I could do it, is it going to be any good? Is anybody going to care? So I did this thing called The Greatest Show on Earth in 2018, and people, they loved it. And immediately after they watched it, they go, well, when's the next one? And I didn't have a next one. I didn't even know I was going to do this one. And my whole thing behind it wasn't to sell it or make any money. It was to get the band's attention and to hopefully work for the band. That's always been my goal.
In what capacity did you want to work for the band?
Either to do like a video or just something for them, something that Kiss could put out and my name's going to be on it. I don't need to be paid. It's just one of those things that you grow up so long, loving this band or loving anything, and now they're looking to you for something. That's kind of cool. It's the same thing that, you guys grow up watching MTV, and then there you are on MTV. It's a pride thing. It's cool. It's something that it's a goal. Everybody always has these different goals. Someone wants to, run the fastest or hit the most home runs. That's what I wanted to do. So I didn't get the band's attention initially, but I kept on putting out these fan films, like one a year. And they were always on like missing pieces of Kiss's history. And they reviewed over 1 million times. And that's just one guy. That's not like, I wasn't buying views or doing anything. It was just everything was organic and everything was through me. I'd appear on podcasts. I'd do things just like this. And I got over 1 million views. So it was a big deal. It was a real big deal. And what I decided to do is the next, this would have been the 5th entry in the series. I decided to go back to the Hot in the Shade tour, which for Kiss fans or people that aren't Kiss fans that don't know, it's when Kiss didn't wear makeup. So I was going to do a movie on the whole history of the band without makeup. Never been done before.
Right.
And
they still wore makeup, just not the makeup.
Yeah. Well, correct. You're right. They're wearing rouge and not demon makeup. They were actually just borrowing Billy's makeup.
It was pretty Gene, not demon Gene.
Everyone was like, they gotta look good. It wasn't scary. It wasn't a horror movie or anything like that. It's like they wanted to look like B. Arthur.
Right.
So,
which Gene Simmons wanted to look like Bobby Dahl.
That's correct. So I decided.
Or Jerry Dixon.
I decided. Right. I decided to do this, and
or Todd Chason. I'm sorry.
Billy Morris. Stevie Rochelle. But anyway, I decided to do this, and I went to the Gene Simmons School of Marketing where I wanted to make it as big as I possibly could. So the groundswell that was surrounding this was incredible. People were excited about this. It was going to be the biggest thing I had ever done, bar none. So I was like, well, let me see if I can get Bruce Kulick involved, because this is Bruce's era of the band, and I really want to hit a home run on this. I was going to be on Eddie Trunk's show. I had all these things that were coming. Everyone was freaking out over this thing. So I get Bruce involved, and I designed this poster, and Bruce signed a bunch of them, and we were selling these posters. No Kiss logo on the posters, no nothing. I wasn't making a ton of money. That was the Pepsi from before. I wasn't making a ton of money on these posters, but it was just something cool. I had done T-shirts in the past, so I didn't really think that anything was going to happen. So 3 days before the film was supposed to come out, Bruce Kulick starts sharing stuff, and excitement, all-time high. Tons of groundswell. I guess cease and desist from Kiss's attorneys. And it was the weirdest part about it. It wasn't even to like a public-facing email address that I had used. It was to like an email address for a YouTube channel that I don't even use. So they send me the cease and desist. I realized that it's true, and of course I
cease and desist.
I did exactly what they asked. I did not release the movie. Now, here's where listen. We're all humans. We all make mistakes. The mistake I made at this point in time is I lied about the reason about releasing it. Then my laptop was stolen. I didn't want to besmirch Kiss publicly, because even though they had cease and desisted me, I wasn't going on a smear campaign for Kiss. So I lied, and then I immediately regretted lying, and then I told everybody what really happened, and people were freaking out and calling me all kinds of names, and it was terrible and it was awful. But listen, I had to do what I had to do.
But I mean, all out of love for your favorite band of all time.
Correct.
A lot of people's favorite band. The band that got me playing music. A
Right.
band that got millions of people playing music.
That's correct.
And all you wanted to do was demonstrate your perspective and love for this band, and you got shot down.
Yeah, I wanted to basically show them my resume, and if they wanted to do something that cool. Prior to this, I had done work for them. I did work for Gene Simmons Soda Company. I did some stuff for their last anniversary collection that came out, Destroyer 45. A bunch of my stuff was scanned, and I did a bunch of things for that. My name's in the liner notes of that, which was very, very cool. And then I also helped out with the upcoming Creatures of the Night box set that's due to come out this November. So I've done things for the band in an official capacity. So I wasn't expecting that I was going to be slapped with a cease and desist. But listen, that's the best piece of Kiss merchandise in my collection now.
So will it ever get released, do you think?
Probably not. Probably not.
And is it like a full length? Is it like an hour, hour and a half?
It's a full 90-minute film on it. It basically goes over the history from 1980 to 1988.
And is it you pulling rare clips from
Well,
archives, or is it you going out with a camera and
no,
shooting?
it's rare archive clips. They were supposed to do a film at the time that they shot all this footage for, and they ended up not using it. So I came into possession, or it's been shared publicly for the last 20
Phantom
years.
of the Park 2?
No, it was called Exposed To. So it was backstage footage on the Hot in the Shade tour, and no one had ever done anything with it. So I figured, I was like, well, let me make this consumable, because we're going to sit there and watch 6 hours of Kiss eating. Boring. But
Unless you're into Kiss, that might be awesome.
well, it's not.
Then what are they eating?
Yeah, chicken. But I did see the great Beatles documentary, Beatles Get Back, that Peter Jackson did. So I go, well, I could do the Kiss version of that, and I got all the footage. So as of now, it will not be coming out ever.
Could we do a special VIP night here at Smokin' Rock and Roll, dinner and a movie, and with like 15 people get to watch it? They don't.
Sure.
They surrender their cell phones
Surrender
at the door.
the cell phone at the
Right?
door.
We sign a release form saying we promise not to talk about this.
Well, we've already broken that, so but let's do it. I would do that. There are some people that have come to my house and they've seen it, and they love it. Even when everything went down, a couple people had told me, they're like, you know what, we watched it and it's just too good.
Damn.
It's just too good.
Damn.
So
and those guys are, you look up to them like your heroes.
I still do. But listen, there was always a risk that could happen, so I don't blame them for doing that. It's all.
How
good.
many hours did you have into that project?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Of constant.
And you're
working.
a dedicated kid. You're not a guy. You're not out there just like 1 hour a day. You're probably busting your ass on this.
It was one of those things where, like, I had the idea, I worked on it a little bit, and then I didn't, then I did, and then it from beginning to end, 2 years. 2 years.
All right, well, we're going to move on to something fun. I got something fun planned for you guys.
Here
All right.
goes.
All right. So we're going to play a Kiss trivia game.
Oh, boy.
All right?
And he thinks I have a chance at this.
You might.
Yeah, well,
I doubt it.
I hope he doesn't, because when you lose, Billy. So I'm going to ask a question. If Billy gets it right, you eat a bean. If Billy gets it wrong, he eats a bean.
There you go.
All right? And these
This is
beans.
fun.
All right, I'm going to ask the first question. Andrew,
It's like, well, it's
what key is the song Lick It Up in?
oh, that's it. You win. You win, because
We're
listen.
only going to do a couple of questions, but what we got here is we got like siracha, jalapeno, cayenne, habanero.
Well, you don't know what you get.
Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, one's like watermelon, the other one's like earwax.
Yeah.
Right? So
Oh, okay.
this is the game. I'll be in control of the beans.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. So I'm going to pull up my trivia. And you're going to know all of it.
Let's
right?
hope.
I mean,
Let's hope. But if you ask me the key of a song, unless
Who's the bass player for Kiss? No.
Ron Lee
not-
Jack.
All right. So here we go.
There you go.
All right. In 1987, spoof documentary Kiss Exposed featured which American comedic actor as the interviewer? And it's a multiple choice. So I'll give it to you. Mark Blankenfield, Steven Weber, Steve McNichol, or Richard Lewis? And I know you don't know, Bill, so you just got to guess.
Richard Lewis.
I'm going to go with A, Mark Blanken.
You're going to go with Mark Blanken.
Yeah.
Bill? Eat a jelly bean, pal.
But not the one that fell on the
No,
table.
we got to
spin it.
You
Oh,
gotta-
you got to spin it.
All right, so hold on. This thing's all.
Listen, I would tune in just to watch this.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun.
All right, I gotta move the fucking box.
Well,
All right.
here,
Now,
I'll flick
you-
it.
you
I'll
spin
flick
it,
I'll
yeah.
flick it for him. There you go. That was a good flick.
There you go.
What'd you get?
Cayenne.
So you got to match the color of the bean to the punishment.
I think you should just reach in and grab whatever bean you
Yeah,
get.
any bean.
Yeah, just grab a bean.
Okay, I see which one it is.
He's going to pick, like, the watermelon one, not
No.
the earwax one.
I think this is
All right.
This is either Kine or Carolina Reaper. You ready?
Yeah.
There you go. So we got to see the reaction. Now I'm going to try and find a couple of questions where he might have a.
Oh, it's terrible. Oh! God awful. Oh my God. All right, I lost that one.
Well, I mean, this is a good time to have a word from our sponsor, Smokin' Rock and Roll. If you see Billy's reaction, this will not be the reaction when you taste Smokin' Rock and Roll.
Right. You're a hot guy. We're going to need more beer or water in this joint.
Wow, that's terrible. It's like sweet heat, though.
we'll only do 3 of these questions.
Okay,
So
okay,
as to
fine.
not completely
Wow, that was
devastate
hot.
Okay. Okay.
you. All right, so we're going to dive into a little bit of comic book stuff.
Okay. Okay.
In the in the 1977 Kiss comic book series produced by Marvel, the band fought which classic Marvel villain? Billy, you've got your choices of Green Goblin, Magneto, Mysterio, or Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
You're eating a bean, bro, because he got it first.
Yeah, baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I'll eat a bean.
You got to do a bean.
All right. Listen, I'm just gonna pick and just take whatever one. I don't even care. All right. So while I do this, I'm gonna offer you a counterpoint question to see if you actually know this. Now they said that they put their blood in the printing ink
I
of
remember
that
that,
comic.
yeah.
Did the blood actually get into the printing press?
How did it get in there?
Did it get in the printing press?
I don't know.
Okay, that's horrible. Oh my God.
What flavor do you think you chose?
I don't even know, but my mouth is on fire.
We
Oh,
need
okay.
some beers, Bobby.
Yes, Bobby, please.
Go back there.
I don't think we have any beers, guys. So grab pops out of the ice chest.
Just anything.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. We're just doing 3 for the win, you guys. Oh, Dana's bringing
The
shots.
shot girl.
We're gonna get to that here in a minute.
Horrible.
I'd like to say hi to my lovely wife watching at home in beautiful Bay Village. Hi, Leah. I'm going to come home and kiss you with cayenne jelly bean breath. Oh, my Lord, is that hot?
My God, it is my eyes.
I'm telling you, I need a beer or something.
Just anything.
Okay, third and final question.
Third and final
I didn't
question.
know this had to go first. I
Hey,
thought it
did
was
you
him
know?
than me.
Did you know that answer to that comic book
He
question?
did.
Yeah.
He knew it.
Yeah.
He knew
So
it.
that's kind of that's the gag
Yeah.
here. Is that because I'm picking questions that, for the most part, Billy doesn't know a lot about Kiss, right?
Thank you.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Go see Old School at the Time Warp Bar next Friday.
That better not be my last beer. Fuckers be dying. All right, store's around the corner, Bobby. Hit it.
He's not old enough to drive.
All right, Bill.
All right.
You ready? Last question.
Hey, Diana.
Desmond Child co-wrote which 80s Kiss tune?
Oh, I got this one, bro.
Who Wants to Be Lonely, Crazy Crazy Nights, Tears Are Falling, or Lick It Up?
Crazy, crazy nights.
You don't have to eat either way, but do you know it?
Tears are falling.
No, you were both wrong.
Really? So it's great. So it's Lick It Up.
No, it was the other
No,
one. That's first.
really?
Who Wants to Be...
Who Wants to Be Lonely? The one they never played.
That's
live.
it. You both got to eat on that one.
Oh fuck. Okay.
And that's the game.
All right.
1 winner, 2 losers.
Oh, you went green.
I just
got-
picked
put that
one.
back. I picked yours. You picked mine.
You're just gonna pick the Carolina Reaper
You know what?
again.
I'll go a little later.
Okay. And then
pick me.
you're gonna just lick my hand.
Okay.
Here you go, right? Because I'm a good. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, that's awful.
I think we should also see Todd eat one.
You know what? I want to see Todd suffer too. He doesn't do hot.
I don't do hot. I
Oh
don't
my
do it.
God. The jalapeno was hot and tasted
Should we
terrible.
expedite the shock collar part of the episode to help
Yes.
you guys clear down?
This is helping the Pepsi.
Right. Henry, if you would like to pass the mic over to my beautiful wife to explain what we're drinking tonight.
Oh my.
That was great. You guys did great.
It was fun. Like that's fun. I would prefer just.
I can't believe you missed one.
Well,
And
I mean,
that was like I thought that would be a softball.
well,
for
I mean,
you.
'cause here's the thing. I mean, as far as like songwriting goes, and especially when it gets to 80s Kiss, that's not really my forte. I mean, I love the whole history of the band. I do.
Now I can go about another 50 jelly beans if you guys want to party. And
I ought to buy my boys some
we'll-
jelly beans
we'll
and
get
throw a
some-
clinker in there.
We'll get
Like, no, don't do that to them.
we'll keep this for
Hey,
another
you know what?
challenge down the road.
You know what? I gotta ask one more question before we go to the shop. So, in a few minutes, can you tell us the story about some guy trying to rob you, rip you off, take credit for what you did?
I have him on the list.
All right, so let's talk about this.
Kurt Gooch.
Because yes, so obviously what has been going on is my channel that had 1.2 million views on a lot of these videos was taken down by a guy by the name of Kurt Gooch. He took
Taken
it down.
down?
Claimed,
Took it
yeah,
down?
He took down, claimed ownership of the videos on my channel, which was completely false. the reason we could speculate all day or not, but the facts are that he had the channel taken down because he claimed ownership to something that he did not have ownership to. Now that the way that YouTube works is, I know it's terrible. YouTube works that you could claim ownership on something, and for you to counterclaim YouTube, you have to prove that you own it. And I didn't own it either. These are just my fan films. These were my resume trying to get the attention of other people, which luckily I have. Luckily I've gotten some work out of this. But he decided that he was going to paint this arrow against me for whatever reason, and who knows and who cares. But it's unfortunate.
Where does he live?
Well, again, this is for the Patreon after the show. So you pay the $5 fee, then we can talk about all this stuff.
Because I know a guy.
Yeah. He's gonna feed him. Yeah, he's gonna just hold him down and feed him those jelly beans.
All right.
So
well-
I mean, it's unfortunate that you have people that you get certain reactions out of people when you do something, right?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, most of them, they love you. They love what you do. You have the courage to get up on stage or get in front of someone and do something. People are going to respect that and like you. But then you have the people that are like, well, I could do that better. And no matter what you do, they are just going to shit on whatever you've done.
I know exactly what you're saying.
So
You have a lot of friends in the music industry, but they're really not your friends. They don't want to see you succeed.
Well, some people do, but a lot of people do not want to see you succeed. And unfortunately, this guy has thought that he is God's gift to Kiss Video or whatever he wants to be. It's really, you know, I don't have to live his life. So, and that's punishment enough.
All right. So
Well, Kurt,
do you still
suck it?
Do you still do you have a large presence on social media or YouTube or?
Well, kind of right now, I'm just kind of like licking my wounds a little bit. And I am going to, you know, I will repost everything at some point in time, just not right now. And then, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I just released a video for the 47th anniversary of Kiss Alive, a brand new edit of Rock and Roll All Night, which people have just been going bonkers over. They absolutely love it. And, you know, there's stuff in the works. I'm going to be doing something with Bruce Kulick here pretty soon. And there's always cool stuff to be worked on. I know, right? It's bad.
All right, last question. It's
Yeah.
a simple yes, no,
Yeah.
or and then we're going to bring Dane on for the shot. Give me your opinion and approval or disapproval of the new singer of Skid Row.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to be thumbs down because he's not Sebastian Bach. The guy's got some pipes. I understand there are egos that are standing in
It's
the way.
never going to be Sebastian Bach.
But that's
again.
that's all I want to hear. I want to hear Sebastian Bach sing "Youth Gone Wild." So listen, they're Jersey boys, just like I am, and they're happy. They're doing great. They're playing great shows. Open for the Scorpions on their Vegas residency. Another great band. But yeah, I mean, guys called something else. Didn't they? They did something in the '90s called Ozone Monday.
No, dude, those guys wrote those songs.
Yeah, but I mean, but listen, Skid Row, Sebastian Bach.
Nope. I'm gonna say this right now. If he's too much of a detriment, douchebag. If the guys in the band can't get along, you've heard all the stories where they're like, all right, let's get this reunion thing, and then he has all these stipulations. They're just like, no.
Yeah.
The new singer, love him. He's awesome. He's exactly what that band needed. What a breath of fresh air. And I follow him on Facebook, and he's awesome.
Okay,
He's
well,
like
listen,
one of my favorite
I will-
singers.
I'm
he
gonna
was
go-
one of my favorite singers before I got in the band.
I'm going to go into it with a fresh
Eclipse?
setup.
Or no.
Heat.
Yeah.
Well,
from the
that's
cruise.
what's in our mouth right now. Heat. I'm gonna
Oh my God.
I'm gonna listen to it again because of your recommendation. Because you never steered me wrong as far as the music goes.
But go back and listen to some of
I
his
will.
Heat-
You just got to
Heat music.
eliminate the Sebastian Bach part of Skid Row out of it and just say it's Skid Row with a new singer.
Okay.
Right? And like Sebastian Bach's never coming back. That's never going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Well, wait
Right?
a minute. Okay, let's move on to Warrant. Okay, the singer of Warrant, Robert Mason, fucking awesome.
That guy,
He's great.
Listen, it's so sad what happened to the great Janie Lane because I remember when the Five got back together, and that's not a slam to any other former member of that band.
No,
But I remember when the
original
Five back
was the
together,
best. Yeah, the
and
original's
well,
the
not the
original.
original. They're just the most popular. lineup.
Well, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I remember when that came. I was living in Myrtle Beach at the time, and they were playing. What's that saloon in Nashville? They played. The Crazy, the Wild Horse in Nashville, and I remember they played that, and I saw some clips, and I go, finally, these guys are they're back. They're doing it. And then he fell off the wagon again, and we all know what happened to Janie. Soon after that, it's sad. Robert Mason is exactly what that band needed.
Absolutely. Now, we don't really talk, but I love Robert Mason. So if anybody hears this video out there, I back Robert Mason. I back the whole band. I want them to be successful. It's a
love
major
the
part of
band.
my life.
Yeah.
I always tell everybody, Janie Lane made my rock and roll dreams come true. And we'll leave it at that. Dana, let's do a shot of the week.
Todd, pass them out.
All right. Billy?
All right.
Look at that.
I'm going to tell you guys that
at the presentation.
I have a left shoulder problem
Andrew?
from playing football, Bobby. Remember we talked about it? My right shoulder's killing me from coaching 3rd and 4th grade tackle football. I was taking hits yesterday with the blocking pad, teaching these kids that hit, and my right shoulder hits.
It has nothing to do with your age.
Pussy.
I had to reach over. Anyways.
Well, hold on. We got to wait for the description. Let her.
I know. All right.
Dana?
All right, so the theme tonight is old school.
Hey.
At the Time Warp Bar next Friday.
At the Time Warp next Friday. 25 years ago when I met Todd, this is what I was drinking. And it's about, there's about a week left of summer, so there's some pineapple in there. And then we have autumn equinox next week, so it's a little bit spicy. We've got Captain Morgan spiced rum and fresh crushed pineapple juice, shaken, and then we have a pineapple garnish.
And it's called the old school?
It is called, actually, Rummin' with the Devil.
So, Dana, how do we drink it?
So you take the bite and you follow it with the so
Okay.
you take the spike, eat it, and drink it.
All right.
I'm guessing, sweetheart. I hope
To our guests, Bobby Consiglio and Andrew Scumbody.
and Joey.
And Joe. Well, we're
Listen,
gonna
it's
bring him
great.
on.
It's great to be here, guys. It really is. So,
Salute.
listen, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, ready? Here you go. That is good.
That is legit.
All day long. So, everybody out there, you've watched Weekly. Coming soon, the Dana Chason coffee book, Smoke and Talk and Roll shot book.
Dana's shot caller.
All right.
All right,
Andrew, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks so much for having me.
We'll have you back on because there's so with the band Kiss, there's so much to talk about. But I don't want to just talk about Kiss. I want you to come back on. I want your fans and our viewers to know a little bit more about you.
And you're a Jersey guy. We got to get some pie in here.
We gotta get some here. I do love Il Rione in Ohio City.
Il
That's-
Rione
that's-
is no joke, dude. That's my favorite.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites.
burning up, dude. I'm burning up.
Yeah,
You
so
still
am
on
I.
fire from that green bean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Il Rione, dude. We should go.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Billy,
Dude,
you've
I'm
not
telling you,
gone.
I'm gonna
El
tell-
Rayoni, Mama Santa's, nothing beats a good Domino's pizza. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, I'm gonna choke this
No,
guy
it's
out.
it's like nothing beats a good local place, Domino's. That's a King of Queens joke.
All
Here,
right,
here.
so-
I'm gonna leave you with a funny Sunset Strip story.
Oh, I love it.
All right, so we're here in Northeast Ohio. The duct tape capital of the world is Avon, Ohio, and we're playing the Duct Tape Festival. And I think the night before us, like it was like a blues band, Lita Ford, and then us. so it was like it was blowing my mind that we were playing this. Anyway, so we're playing, and the bass player that we're playing with at the time. We're all hanging out and we're all close, and he would do these little moves, like these little like soccer kicks and these little jumps and this little thing. So I can't remember what song we were playing, but I'm back there just beating my little heart out, and he goes to jump, and I think he thought like he was gonna jump and like stay in the air like a beat and then come back down, but I guess he didn't realize that gravity was a thing. So he goes to jump and then just was laid out on the stage, like completely fallen on the stage, and he wasn't drunk by any means. Just completely fallen off the stage. And I don't think any of us ever missed a beat. And I think Dougie was actually on that show with us, too.
Do we have a name for this guy?
I don't know if you want to mention his name. It was Paul. It was Paul Lewis.
Was Paul Lewis? He
Yeah.
fell down?
Yeah.
Paul Lewis is
Everybody's had a stage disaster. It's no shame on
yes.
Paul.
No. But just the fact that he
I've
thought he was
had
gonna-
had more than anybody probably.
Yes. But it just it was.
Don't agree with me so quickly, brother.
Well, you said you wanted someone not nice, so I was just being not nice.
Yeah, no. I mean,
But I mean the thing with Billy and even with you, Todd, it's just an education to play with Billy because something is always going to happen on stage, and it's fun experiencing that. So even though I don't play music anymore, that's the part I miss the most.
Did you drive out with us to Iowa?
Yes, I did.
Did you play?
I didn't. So this was funny. So we because it was the Jeannie Lane show, and you had
Yes.
Mike Fasano, who was in Warrant.
He
was
went-
playing.
yes,
he was
yes, yes,
playing.
yes,
So,
okay, yeah.
but I was in the band at the time. So like we played on like a Thursday night. We drove out to Iowa on Friday, and then we drove back on Saturday. So I played the Thursday and the Saturday shows, but I didn't play the Friday show.
Mike Fasano played.
Mike Fasano played, which he should have played. He was in Warrant.
Of course, yeah.
But I remember driving out there. It was like I couldn't get my own seat. I couldn't get. It's like, you're not in the band. And then after 12 o'clock, went, oh, I'm back in the band. So now I can have give me the cold beer, give me this. So it was funny. It was a good time.
All right, Andrew.
Andrew, thanks for coming on, brother.
We're gonna have you back on. I want to talk more, less
Yes,
Kiss,
yeah,
more about
but-
you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. Thank
Andrew
you.
Scombati, listen to this.
Now fuck off, you see?
All right. Well, hey, man. Time flies.
It does.
We had a great time tonight. Two great guests. But we're not done.
We're not done.
Because Bobby is going to come back up here and introduce this guy. You guys going to sing together or what? All right, Bobby, come on up here and introduce him.
And before we dive into that, just so everybody knows, next week, Billy and Henry are going to be in Hawaii. So there's an off day, so it will be a best of episode re-recorded. Probably episode 1 or 2 of the podcast will be re-aired in case you missed it. You can find it on Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube. Are we on Spotify and Apple now?
We will be soon on Spotify, Apple, and Roku.
Chris Aiken, get a grip.
Let's go. All right, so Bobby, just introduce him. He's going to walk behind you, Bobby. We're going to vacate the stage. He's going to play us out. And he's got a great song, so let's go.
All right, you guys are going to like this. Give it up for my man, Joey Liberatore.
Come on, Joey, let's do it.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
You got it. Welcome to the show, brother.
What kind of wine are you drinking over there?
The rest is yours, my guy.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Have it.
Thanks. Hello, viewers. All right. My name is Joey Liberatore. This song is called 74 Atlanta, coming out October 7th. Sun is out, but I still got a sweater. Life is yet to bloom near the edge of water. Breathing is my home, but somehow I just gotta live. I come back in time, but right now it's just not for me. But when I fly down south, I know it's 74 in Atlanta. It's 74 in Atlanta. No, never forget my roots today. Sure that I've already lost my way. And I know whether it's one way or another, I'll come back and tell the tales of how I live my life. I play my songs hours on end, up and down the bedline. When what you love is done, you're just state of mind. Sounds like I can come into, but can I call it home? As far as family goes, I know I'll be on my own. But when I fly up north, I know it's 34 by Edgewater. It's 34 by Edgewater. No, 34 for forget my roots today. I'm sure that I've already lost my way. And I know whether it's one way or another, I'll come back and tell the tales of how I live my life. I met 2 years ago. You sing songs for life. On a ship of castaways, yes, we all the time. I don't know about you, but that's right, I'm my come back in time, it's stories just you wait and see. But when I sail out west, I know 74 in the ocean. It's 74 in the ocean. to Smokin' Rock and Roll. Have a good night, everyone.